2017 was a particularly significant year for class actions in Australia, with a large number of high-profile claims filed in our market, but also the judiciary handing down some significant decisions which could impact the development of the practice in Australia and have impacts for corporate clients. It's caused us to reflect on what the future may hold in 2018 and following, and we've come up with our top 5 predictions for class actions in Australia. The first prediction is that the number of class action claims filed in this country will continue to increase. We anticipate almost 40 claims a year will be filed in this country in the following years, largely in the shareholder class action and corporate misconduct space, and that will solidify Australia as the second most active class action jurisdiction in the world and the most prominent jurisdiction for third-party litigation funding. Second prediction is that shareholder class actions will continue to grow at a very significant rate. There's been almost 120% increase in class actions in the last 5 years in the shareholder space compared with the previous 5 years. That's fueled by Australia's very strict continuous disclosure regime and the availability of insurance for listed entities for shareholder class action litigation. That's established a very stable model for class action litigation funders to pursue, and growth has followed. Thirdly, we think the first claims in respect of cybersecurity and data breaches will be launched in Australia, following the trend in those kinds of claims arising out of the United States. Australian entities have spent a lot of money over the last few years developing their cybersecurity and data breach capability, and the adequacy of those systems raises questions of directors' duties and corporate governance, which are the lifeblood of shareholder class action litigation. Fourthly, climate change. It's discussed a lot in our market. We anticipate that shareholder class action litigation around climate change may establish a foothold in 2018, particularly for entities that have resources in the extractive industries sectors, where the value of those resources and assets may be impaired over time as Australia moves to a lower carbon environment. And those kinds of impairments and transaction costs can generate disclosure obligations, which again fit neatly into the paradigm of shareholder class action litigation already well established in this market. And lastly, we anticipate that the first trial and judgment in a shareholder class action may precipitate in 2018 or 2019 as corporate defendants, and where relevant their insurers, look to buck the trend of inevitable settlements in the shareholder class action space and push back on those weaker claims in a way that may destabilise the hitherto established class action model for third-party litigation funding in this country. Whatever happens, it will be an exciting 2 or 3 years, which may shape the future of class action litigation in this country for our corporate clients for many years to come.